and welcome to this 20 minutes restore class. We are focusing on a word each class, and this word will be release. So we'll be focusing on the word release as as I have a few verses in the Bible that we'll be going over today. This also is going to be a class modified for prenatal. So if you are pregnant, this is great for you as well. So if you have your blocks, your bolster, if you have any props, all props are welcome. If you want to go ahead and grab them, you can. And we're just going to start in a meditative seat. So if you need to kind of find whatever that works for you, I always like, as I say, to put my back up against the wall, creating a straight spine, maybe rolling your shoulders down your back. If it helps you to maybe lay down, that's good too. Just kind of finding whatever shape feels good. We're going to be holding these for just a little bit longer, so we can just really find rest. Just go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to read 3 verses to you. So kind of like a Lectio Divina, but 3 different verses. Just close your eyes, settle your breathing. Just notice how you're arriving here today. Maybe you're feeling rested and relaxed. Maybe you're feeling a little anxious and uptight. Or maybe you're feeling maybe a mix of both. Or maybe something completely different. But wherever you are, just kind of notice it. Just see if you can release. If it helps you, maybe even take your palms and put them on your knees or by your sides and face your palms towards the sky. And before we read these scriptures, I want you to just say, Lord, I release to you, whatever that may be, whatever word comes to mind. And if you don't have something that you might need to release, maybe ask God to show you what that may be. Breathing in, Lord, I release to you. And then breathing out, whatever that may be. Fear, anxiety, control. Breathing in, Lord, I release to you. And sighing out, releasing and letting go. Finding one more here. Inhale, Lord, I release to you. And then exhale, letting go. And then gently flutter your eyes open. Or keep them closed as we hear these words. This is from Mark 11, verse 25. And whenever you stand praying, if you find that you carry something in your heart against another person, release him and forgive him, so that your Father in heaven will also release you and forgive you of your faults. Choosing to release whatever that may be, whatever word comes to mind that you need to just let go of. Proverbs 16, verse 24 says, nothing is more appealing than speaking beautiful, life-giving words, for they release sweetness into our souls and inner healing into our spirits. Lingering here for a few more breaths, allowing this scripture to speak to you. Hearing this one last verse from Psalm 36:10. Lord, keep pouring out your unfailing love on those who are near you. Release more of your blessings to those who are loyal to you. Breathing in and sighing out. Lord, we just release whatever word came to mind, whatever we need to let go of. We have open hearts and open hands towards you. Help us to release the control, the anxiety, the fear. Whatever it is that we need to let go of, I pray that we just grow closer to you each and every day. Help us to release the grip that we have on maybe not forgiving someone or forgiving ourselves. Maybe release words of beautiful, beautiful words, sweet, loving words. And may we also just know that you are always guiding us. Release more of your blessings to those who are loyal to you. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Gently flutter your eyes open when you're ready. You can choose to stay here on your seat if that's comfortable, or grab your blocks and bring them underneath your knees as we come into our diamond shape. So bring the palms of your feet together. We're just going to do a few shapes here, kind of holding some seated postures, and then we're just going to move onto the floor. You can choose to hold on to your ankles if you like, hinge over your hips. Getting into those hips a little bit. Maybe a little bit of the back. Inhale. And exhale. I want you to take about 3 or 4 big breaths in every shape today. So we're not going to do too many shapes. We're just going to take it easy. Just choosing to release the tension. So making sure you're not grinding your teeth or clenching your jaw. Just relax your face and your forehead and just take a few breaths here. One more big breath in. Gentle sigh out. And then choosing to flip that left knee to meet your right, the palm of your right foot. And you're going to come into a modified pigeon pose. So if you want to extend your left leg long, you can go ahead and do that. Or you can just hinge over your right leg coming into that modified pigeon. So this is really good, especially if you're expecting, because we're creating more space for our babies. So if you want to come into half pigeon or figure 4, you have the option to do that if you want to get into a deeper shape. And just see if you can take about 4 big breaths here. Releasing the tension, releasing control, and hearing these words once more. Psalm 36, verse 10 says, Lord, keep pouring out your unfailing love on those who are near you. Release more of your blessings to those who are loyal to you. Releasing with every breath. Inhale and exhale. And choose to stay hinged over your right leg if you like, or slowly rise. Remember, we're being gentle and kind here and finding whatever is most comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, just make your way over to the other side. Ooh. So bringing that right knee to the palm of your left foot. Kind of noticing how one side feels a little bit different than the other. So you can extend that right leg back behind you. You can come into figure 4 if you like, or just find this modified pigeon pose. And take about 4 big breaths in through the nose, and gently sigh it out through the mouth. Choosing to release, to let go, to surrender. Remember, if you're clenching your jaw, to just soften. Whenever you're ready, gently come back to center. Gently cross your legs, coming back into your seat. If you want to press your back up against the wall, you can. Rolling your shoulders down your back. So maybe find a few shoulder rolls, just getting into those shoulders. Maybe closing your eyes. If you want to keep rolling the shoulders, you can, or maybe just kind of find a little neck roll back and forth, just getting into that just a little bit. And choosing to find those neck or shoulder rolls, or extend your palms up towards this, face up towards the sky on your knees as you find your seat. Hear these words and let the Spirit speak. Nothing is more appealing than speaking beautiful, life-giving words, for they release sweetness to our souls and inner healing to our spirits. Maybe we're choosing to release judgment or words that aren't kind that we may have spoken to a loved one or to ourselves. And just choosing to speak beautiful, life-giving words. Allowing God's unfailing love to release more blessings to you. And choose to stay here. Gently make your way onto your back, however you want to get there. If you're expecting, it might be helpful to just have your knees point towards the sky, or you can always roll over onto your left side. So however you feel like you need to come onto your back. You can choose to stay right here, maybe with your facing your palms towards the sky once more, or you can take your block and bring it in underneath your low back, coming into your restorative bridge. So just kind of breathing into that low back a little bit. If the block is too high, you can bring a blanket or a pillow underneath. And we're just going to find about 4 big breaths here, letting go of any tension. Inhale and exhale. Maybe staying here. If you want to extend your legs up towards the sky, coming into a waterfall, you can choose to keep that block underneath you or remove it. I always like to point and flex my feet in waterfall. This is really good for your legs if you run or walk a lot or have been moving your legs around a lot. It's good to let them kind of hang in the air, or you could put your legs up a wall. So we're going to find about 4 breaths here. Hearing these words once more. Nothing is more appealing than speaking beautiful, life-giving words, for they release sweetness into our souls and inner healing into our spirits. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gently coming back down. The palms of your feet on the mat. Maybe press into your feet and remove your block. Maybe windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Just massaging your low back onto the mat as we get ready for our final resting pose. We're going to be here for just a little bit. So see if you can just really get comfy here, really release, really let go, really surrender. So if you're expecting, remember you're on your left side. If you want to find legs up a wall, you can, or just find good old Shavasana, taking your legs out wide, maybe taking up a little bit more space if you'd like to. And take a big breath in. And a giant sigh out. Hearing these words one last time. Lord, keep pouring out your unfailing love on those who are near you. Release more of your blessings to those who are loyal to you. Taking a big breath in. A gentle sigh out. Just choosing to release here just a little bit more. Maybe you want to linger here if you have some extra time. Maybe you want to do some journaling or whatever the Lord is calling you to do here in this space. Taking that extra time if you need it or have it. And then make your way to your seat. Your eyes closed. Maybe your hands on your heart, or maybe your palms facing up towards the sky. Lord, we just thank you so much, and we just release whatever word came to mind. We release anything that may be holding us to be closer to you. We release any judgments or fear or worries. And we just come with open hearts and open hands, just willing to receive whatever you have called for us for this new year. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for our families and our friends and all the people that you've placed in our lives. Thank you for 2022 and all the blessings and trials that we went through to grow us into who we are today. And just thank you as we move into this new year that we may grow closer to you each and every day. We love you so much. It's in your name we pray. Amen. And namaste. As always, it's a pleasure being here with you. Thank you for joining me. I'm really excited to focus on other words as we move throughout the month of January here, 2023, which is crazy. Every time it's a new year, I'm always like, wait, what? Where did the year go? It's crazy. And I'm excited to talk about the body parts or focus on each body part as we move into February and March. So I will look forward to seeing you soon.